Cancer Love Horoscope for March 2025. You've been used to acting tough with your partner since the first days of dating, but now you'll have to leave the usual methodology. It is important to learn to admit your own mistakes and not impose your opinion on your loved one. Constructive dialogue and mutual concessions are the basis of harmonious relations. The first month of spring is the most favorable for the development of a love affair. Do not worry if you are still single. Promising acquaintances are possible already in the first decade. You should not look for happiness in a glass with an alcoholic drink. Sadness will not drown there, but will only take a confident position. The advice applies to both men and women, as a pleasure party risks ending in a depressive state. If you are married, try to look at your soulmate with different eyes and remember why you fell in love with this person. This will help strengthen feelings and give a zest to family relationships. Passions gradually fade away under the influence of everyday life. And this is quite normal. You build your own destiny, and it is in your power to destroy a marriage or let it play with new colors. Scandals and quarrels should preferably be avoided by solving problems in a calm manner through dialogue. Everyone has their own opinion and vision of the situation, so it's useful for both of them to talk it out, but without mutual complaints. Your touchiness and impulsiveness will play a cruel joke more than once. And controlling emotions is useful not only for health, but also for personal happiness. The Cancer woman. Strained relationships can provoke the adoption of a fateful decision to continue to drag things out or to break the bond. There is no need to cut from the shoulder, so as not to regret a rash act. Set aside an evening to create a psychological portrait of your loved one. Write down his strengths and weaknesses. Remember the pleasant moments spent together, and only then make a final verdict. If you're single, that's no reason to plunge headlong into a questionable relationship. Show some prudence so that you don't end up in a sticky situation. There is a high risk of becoming a victim of Alphonse or a scammer, so it is undesirable to get acquainted via the internet this month. Take a closer look at your surroundings. Use the recommendation of friends, but do not choose a pig in a poke. It's not the most favorable time for married couples who have to eat a pound of salt in a month. Designed for years. You should not accuse your spouse of indifference or callousness if he does not pay enough attention to you. Work and career allow your family to live comfortably, and you can be more forgiving for that. Stability and warm relationships are much better than outbursts of emotion and intense passion. The Cancer man. You're in great physical shape and in a great mood, so you feel like you're riding a wave. And that's right, because the first month of spring promises tremendous changes. You rarely resort to decisive and drastic actions, but now is the moment when you cannot delay. Changes in your personal life will be beneficial, so do not miss your chosen one. Do not forget that long-term relationships without logical continuation tire women. It is useful for lonely representatives of the sign to understand themselves before linking their fate with another person. Personal problems will have a negative impact on romantic relationships, so it's advisable to put them on hold for now. Don't promise a new acquaintance golden mountains. Let her get to know you better. In the family, it is necessary to maintain confidential conversations in order to strengthen the union. When was the last time you went out with your spouse? Now is the optimal time to revive old feelings. Leave jealousy aside, as it is detrimental to marriage. If you show your wife more trust and compromise, family relations will improve significantly.